The deeper teaching of self-abidance requires you to knowingly be the presence of awareness right now. It requires you to be anchored in presence rather than anchoring yourself in a limited identity. What do I mean by that? Right now, what is your reference point for yourself? Where are you placing yourself in this whole mix? Where are you establishing your sense of self? Where are you making your camp? See, the way that we're conditioned to live, our reference point of what we are, from where we live our life, from where we are aware and perceive, we assume that reference point and we actually we make our camp in the body. So our reference point for ourself is the body. I am this. And on a subtler level, our reference point for ourself is our identity. And the identity is just a bunch of belief systems, conditioning, a bunch of emotions, personality, moods, and whatever thoughts that are currently present. And this identity, it's all mind. Your entire past, your entire story, your persona, your belief systems, they're all mind. And mind is always changing. Not just the thoughts that are here right now. That's very, very easy to tell, right? These thoughts are always changing. It's so easy to, it's obvious. But even your deep rooted tendencies, the belief systems you hold so dear to yourself as me, as this is what I am, the personality, all these things themselves are actually seen to change, are they not? Yet we consider ourself actually to be the changeful. And that is where we go wrong. If your reference point for yourself is that which is temporary, that which changes, that which is unstable, how can you ever hope to be stable yourself? How can you ever hope to have any sort of stability if you are placing your camp, if you are setting up camp in that which is temporary, which is nature is to constantly change and come and go? And doing this, we completely neglect the most obvious fact. It is so simple. We claim to be so smart and advanced, yet we completely neglect the most simple finding. The most simple thing that is here is that we are always perceiving things to change, everything to change, even the deeper personalities and the belief systems and the identity. From where are we believing it to or seeing it to change? What is it that is stable, that does not come and go, that sees everything else come and go? If we were this and that, then we would be also gone when this and that were gone. But you say, I used to have that haircut. I used to be so crazy. I used to be really funny. I used to have a good memory. But now it's different. So this me, this I, you just attach it to whatever currently is arising. Whatever thought, whatever mood, you say, I am angry. I am thinking this. I am feeling this, or I believe this. The I just becomes attached with whatever is arising, and you place the sense of self in it. What the process of self-inquiry, self-abidance requires you to do is investigate first deeper into what this I actually is. Because what this I that is at the center of all this change, all this stuff that is revolving and coming and going, but this I seems to be stable, right? Like if you even tap in right now, like the sense of me, there's this sense that something is constant. This me is constant, and all these things change. My personality, my belief system, my everything. So the self-inquiry is actually seeing, what is this me then? Forgetting everything you've learned, forgetting everything you know to be true, forgetting everything even about your own self for a second, dropping all these identities, the mother, the lawyer, the father, the son, being all this, just letting go of it, setting it to the side and becoming fully empty, and just wanting to, in a fresh way, look right now. What is this me that is constant, stable, changeless? So see, once you start to look deeper in this way, once you start to see and find what this is, once you start to experientially recognize that this is what I am, the stable, changeless essence, the knowing, the me-ness, the sense of being aware, which never changes, which never fades out, which is never different, which does not come and go. Now, naturally, inwardly, your reference point for yourself starts to become anchored in this. It's not something you do like you place a pin on a map. No. Naturally, through this looking, your sense of self starts to be established in its true position. Previously, it was just latching onto or identifying with all these limited things that come and go. Now, it is finding its way back. It was already always there, but now it's recognizing that it was already always there. And now your reference point for what you believe yourself to be, what you know yourself to be, is established in what you actually are. If your reference point is in that which you are not, you suffer. And the suffering, you can say, is like designed in this game to wake you up to what you actually are. And the more that this reference point starts to be established in its true position, the more suffering is seen to be pretty silly and illusory in nature. Because even the one that suffers is known by something, is seen to change in something that is already from where you are aware. So that is really what self-abidance consists of. To knowingly being anchored in what you already are, right? Knowingly being the presence of awareness here and now. And allowing the activity to unfold, and allowing the thoughts, emotions, beliefs, actions, experience come into alignment with this true recognition, with this understanding of yourself. And therefore, naturally, that is where the relief and the peace and the sort of ease kind of comes into experience. Because previously, when your reference point for yourself was established in that which is temporary, there was always a sense of chase and trying to manipulate this. And because there's a sense like, I am temporary, I will end, I need to accumulate more well-being and avoid anything that harms. So it's just a constant anxious living. And now when you're actually recognizing your true self and establishing yourself in your home, making your home in where it actually is, Now all those tendencies are seen to be what they are. They are noticed to be the mind pulling and screaming for your identification again. But it is seen. And it is also allowed. But no longer does it have so much of a pull over you. No longer do you suffer everything that happens in life. No longer do you live in constant anxiety. So every single time that you do start to, fall into suffering, quickly do a check with yourself. What is my current reference point for myself? Every single time you suffer, you are in personhood. Recognize this. You have defined yourself as this person, and that is the extent to which this me is identified at when you are suffering. And it's actually what is causing the suffering. Whereas if your reference point in that same situation was the presence of awareness, which you are, then you would see the entire experience be experienced differently. There will be a space that allows whatever experience is to be as it is and to unfold according to just the spontaneous nature of the unfoldment of life. There will be a less sense of doership, sense of responsibility, sense of suffering. And also there will just be more openness and peace. So try this out. I want to see how it goes for you. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to get back to you. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. Happy practicing. See you next time.